All right, great Tuesday morning, great New Year's Eve. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, and with our 15 minutes mastery that we do each and every day, even on New Year's Eve, to get you some information, inspiration, motivation, so that you can start your day off on the right foot. And we're coming to you with episode number 425, and we are live from our home office here in San Antonio, Texas. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready for 2025, because if you're not, guess what? It's happening anyway. You should have prepared. You should have been ready. You should be just waiting and itching to get to it. And that's what we want to talk about today. This whole week, we'll be talking about being organized and how being organized helps you in so many different ways. And today we want to talk about preparation, being prepared, being ready, and how being organized helps you prepare to be successful in sales, and especially in manufactured home sales. Look, this industry, man, we're so caught up in just winging it. We're so caught up in that we're so busy. Everything's so fast, so moving so quickly that you get a new hire, you train them, and then you got to sort of figure it out, and nobody's really pouring into these folks and helping them continue to grow, continue to learn. We kind of just go along with it. But check it out. Confucius says, success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Success depends on previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Maybe not today, maybe not next week or next month or even this year. But failure can show itself in so many different ways. Failure can be just the fact of not being as effective as you could. Failure could be that your team is not producing all that it can. We may be thinking as leaders, you may be sitting there, if you're watching this and you're some sort of leadership, sales manager, general manager, whatever it may be, regional sales managers, I don't care, whatever the position, you may be thinking, look, we're getting sales. I saw a post last night on LinkedIn from one company where they were talking about the increase in growth. And I've been seeing that lately from different companies, and fantastic. That's awesome to hear. You know, and so if you had 30, 40% growth, that's fantastic. But was that everything that could be? And so we still know that there's so many people out there on the sales force that aren't preparing, aren't continuing to learn, aren't continuing to grow. And so we want to talk about that this morning and make sure that 2025 is different for you. That 2025 is the new version of you, whatever role you play in manufactured home sales. Because imagine walking in to a potential purchase, right, with a potential buyer, without the right preparation. And so you're uncertain of whatever it is that they're looking for, they're needing, why, things of that nature. Or maybe you just rush through the process and you're not getting this information, right? So what happens with that? Well, your conversation really has no direction. There's no real sense of this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. And because of that, you go out there and you're looking at homes, you're showing them homes, and then they tell you they're going to go think about it. They tell you they got to go talk to whomever. They tell you they love the house, but they still have to do some research. All these things that you hear time and time again. Now, compare that to if you were better prepared. If you actually slow down enough to get to know them completely and actually got all the information that you needed from them. Imagine if you actually got to know them a little bit before they even showed up. You researched and found out about them. You knew who they were. Maybe they contacted you in one of your ads that you had on Facebook. So now you know their profile. And let's say you researched them a little bit, prepared yourself for them. How much better that conversation would go, how much better that whole process would go, how much more prepared you would be to be able to help them understand that you are the person that they need to be dealing with, right? So the result of a confident presentation and satisfied client always comes down to how prepared are you? And so with that being said, we want to talk about the fact how being prepared, look, there's so many benefits to it, right? But right off the bat, look, first and foremost, the more prepared you are, well, with that, folks, obviously, the more credibility that you're going to build. The more prepared you are, the better presentation you give, the more tailored of a conversation that you have specific to them. Well, that shows professionalism, first of all. It's also going to help your clients feel more confident in you, more comfortable, which of course then leads to more trust in you, more likability about you, and the more engaged that they are with you. Now, a lot of you will sit there and tell me, look, hey man, I make great connection with my people and we get in great conversations. Well, and that's fine and dandy. But what we're talking about is, are you able to influence them? And when I use the word influence, look, I'm not talking about manipulate. I'm talking about influence in the fact that they're there anyways to buy a home. They came out there to make the decision about buying a home. They've already decided this is what they want to do. What I'm talking about influence is, are you having an effect on them to where now they understand that they want to do business with you? Because if they're leaving you, if you're able to, it's one thing for a buyer who does not qualify, cannot buy, is not able to buy. Maybe they got credit, but they've got no money for down payment. Maybe they've got credit issues. Maybe they got nowhere to place a home. But that's one thing. But what I'm talking about, when you get buyers who come in, who can buy, are ready to buy, have the land, have the down payment, but they're still leaving you at a higher percentage than they're actually buying in with you, you're missing something. You're missing something. And you can't allow yourself to believe, well, that's just the nature of the business. No, the nature of the business is to be able to help them understand that you are there to serve them, that you are their best option, that you and your product and your company are who they need to partner up with. If they are ready to and are prepared in every sense of the way of being able to purchase, by having credit, having down payment, having placement for the home, you should be able to influence these folks, no matter if they were already thinking on buying somewhere else. If you're not or going to look at some other place and shop somewhere else, if that's not happening, you're missing in the connection. You're missing something in there. And most likely what would help you with that is being a little more prepared, because obviously also when you're better prepared, what's going to happen is you're going to be more confident. You're going to be more authoritative. You're going to be more of the consultant that they need. But it takes being prepared. The other great benefit about being prepared is this: look, you're able to be more adaptable. You don't know all the nuances of the family. You don't know everything that's going on. You don't know what may be a trigger point for the spouse versus the other spouse. So when you're better prepared, now you're able to adapt more. You're able to make that an easier transition and still be able to help them make the decision to move forward with you. You're able to handle the unexpected questions, right? And the challenges, and make it a little more easier for them to decide to move forward with you. And that's obviously what you're after. You're wanting to make sure that you're helping them understand just how natural the next step is. You're always guiding them to the next step. You're earning the right to ask for that next step, but you have to be prepared for that. If you know, like I mentioned earlier, they contacted you on Facebook, why not do a little bit of research? Some people may call it trolling, right? But look, I'll give you an example. You guys know that I follow Andy Frisella, and one of the things that I've come to find out from these guys is this: when they have a guest on their podcast, they do research on the guests. They do research on the guests about their family, themselves, their likes, their hobbies, things of that nature. And then there's always like a care package for this person that's based around the things they like. Maybe there's messaging around the building of things that these people or this person may like. So they're doing their research on these. So should you, because when you can do those things and you can help them understand that you're that much involved, you'll have better influence. You're also going to be more confident because you feel like you know them so much better ahead of time. So do your research, find out more about them. Or if you don't, if they're contacting you, calling the office out of an ad that's not yours, maybe they're calling on something from the company, well, spend time with them on the phone. Get to know them a little bit better. Try and get their social media handles. Try and find out about them. That's going to help you prepare to be ready for this presentation. How prepared are you with just your process, your sales process? How prepared are you with overcoming objections? How prepared are you on asking for the business? How prepared are you on being able to give direction on what the next logical step is? When you're prepared on those things, you're confident about them. It's just second nature. It's just the obvious thing to do. So when you start to lead them in that direction, it seems more natural. It's not salesy. It's just the way that it should go. And that helps buyers, that helps potential buyers to make the decision to move forward because they feel less pressured. It's just a natural transition. And that's where we want to get to. So how can you do this? First and foremost, we're going to go through our top 5 ways of being able to be more prepared from here on out. 1, you want to research your clients thoroughly. Like I said, get whatever information you can and find out more about them. Be ready for them. When they come in and you start having that just conversation to get to know them, start talking about the things that already are important to them. Okay. If you do these things, it's going to make that whole process so much easier. So research your clients thoroughly. All right. Second, role play your sales process and objections. Get those down. Master the role playing, master the sales process, master your objections so that it's just, again, natural. So that when someone throws something at you, you're not just going to the natural response that most housing consultants give, which is you're trying to lower price. You're trying to you're trying to go to money. No, learn to overcome objections. So role play these, get better at them. Prepare your materials in advance. Have everything ready. Be more professional. Make sure your office looks professional. Make sure you're set up so that when people show up, they think, man, I feel good in here. So prepare your materials in advance. Next thing is anticipate questions. Based on the research you did, you should already understand or anticipate questions that are going to come your way. Or as you're getting to know them more in your warm-up and you're going through this whole process before going and looking at homes, through their conversation that you're having, you should be able to anticipate, or you should be able to come up with questions that need to be asked based on the information they're not telling you. Right? I always tell you, listen for what they're not telling you as well. We talk about active listening. You're listening to understand, but also when you're listening in these things, start to decipher things that they're not saying based on what they are saying. Hey, well, from what I'm understanding, maybe this is something that's important, or this is a direction we need to go. And so start anticipating not just the questions that are going to come your way, but the questions that you should be asking of them. Right? And then lastly, make sure you set clear objections. Make sure you're letting them know of what the next definitive step is. Make sure that when they show up, that they understand that what you're about to do is to help them pick out a home today so that they can move forward with you today, not tomorrow, not next week. We're doing it today. If you're on the phone with them, make sure you help them understand that the next definitive step is for them to come and visit with you. If you're speaking to them, if you're interacting with them online through a conversation from maybe one of your ads, let them know that the next definitive step is to get on the phone with them. When you can carry out the conversation that way, when you can guide them, when you can set those clear objectives for them and for yourself as well, you have to understand what your ultimate goal is and what the goals are every step of the way. When you can do that, you're going to move so much more swiftly. You're going to be much more effective. So I mentioned you setting the objectives for them, but you also have to set the objectives for yourself. You post an ad for what? To get a response. When you get a response, you're interacting. What's your objective? It's to get the phone number, to get them on the phone. When you get them on the phone, what's the objective? To set an appointment. When you set an appointment, what's the objective? To be able to get them to decide on a home. When they decide on a home, what's the objective? To get it all the way to the finish line. and a missed one in between there. When you set the appointment, they show up. Your objective is to get to know them first, to get to know everything about what they've got going on and why they're looking for home, what they're needing, what's important, and how you can solve their problem. So that then the next objective is to get them to decide on a home. Those are the steps. Too many times we're getting a response to an ad and we're already thinking about the sale. Man, there's so much more in between that. But it takes being prepared and it takes understanding that so that you can operate in a more effective manner. And that's what we want you to do in 2025. So if you can slow down and just start to hone in on your skills of preparation, of organization, that's what's going to make it so much easier for you. And that's why I want to remind you all once again that what we have brought to the industry is the Path to Mastery Planner. Check it out, folks. Look, this right here is the Path to Mastery Planner. This right here is a daily planner that is going to make your life, your business, and your career so much easier. Look, this I designed based on my almost 15 years of selling homes, just like you. Frustration I had with other planners, they didn't have everything I needed. This has exactly what you do each and every day in this. This is going to make your business move so much quicker. It's also going to help you grow. It's going to help you move faster. It's going to help you improve. This has everything from being able to schedule out your day, time block. It's going to it has a section in there for your task, your deal review task. It's got a section in there for your marketing, for your calls log, for your calls made, for people you spoke to, how many appointments you set, who showed up, who did you sell. It also has a section in there where you're able to track your existing pipeline. What do you have to do that day on that pipeline? Because you can't touch everything. As much as people want to say you got to touch every file every day, you just can't. But if you're effective and efficient, those deals will move swiftly and faster. And this helps you be organized and prepared for it. So I invite you to go to our website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. You'll find the information there. We also have a Zoom call that we're doing this Friday. All right, this Friday at 2:30 p.m. Go on our website. You get signed up for it. Go to the Path to Mastery Planner section in the website or go on our social media. We've got it all over there. The link is there for you to register for the webinar on Friday at 2:30. If you want to get more information on it, we're going to go in detail on the planner itself. Look, man, 2025 starts tomorrow. You're already behind the ball. If you haven't set your goals, if you don't have your plan in place, you're going to miss out. So you've got to get that going. You got to get it ready. So go get registered right now for that webinar we're doing on Friday at 2:30. You'll get all the details there. You can place your order. Look, we had an offer for the first 100. I mean, we're already in a back order state right now. So I even forget the word I'm looking for, but the amount of people that have been interested in this has been beyond what we even expected. Knew it was going to be a big thing, but look, we're going to help you out. We're going to get it all done for you, get it to you. Go place your order now. If you're not ready to place your order, sign up for the webinar. Be on the webinar. Space is limit on that, but you want to get into this because this is a true game changer for the industry. You guys have yourself a great Tuesday. Go out and do great things. Today, we've got a fantastic day set up here at the office. We've got some guests coming in ourselves that are going to be in for our first podcast of 2025. And we're looking forward to sharing that with you later this week. You guys have a safe New Year's. We'll be back in tomorrow with another edition of 15 Minutes of Mastery, as we always do. My friends, until then, Happy New Year. We'll talk in 2025. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.